Good morning, everybody. It's Lynn, the leather bag lady. How are you all on this crummy, wet, but not extremely cold morning? Leather bag lady weather report. I'm going to try and keep my head down a little bit because this shine in my glasses. So it is so gloomy outside that I turn the light on in here. And it's so yellow and gross that it's better with it off. So we will just endeavor. I got to get the lighting right, I guess. Normally I would close the blinds, which might help with the reflection on my glasses. But if I close the blinds today, we will be in the dark. So I'm not going to do that. So yesterday I showed a Filofax for a gentleman who is trying desperately to purchase it. And for whatever reason, it's coming up an error on Etsy. So I'm not sure what that is all about. I've deactivated it and relisted it. So I'm not sure. But anyway, it kind of alerted me to the fact that I have quite a few Filofaxes still. And then I have my little corner of document folders as well over here. So it's not that I'm running out of bags. I need to do some refurbishing of bags. And I really haven't had... I find that very therapeutic. I find it really relaxing. And I just haven't been in that headspace for the last week or two. So... yeah, so that's why I'm kind of struggling for bags right now. Plus, a lot of the bags that I had went through the whole reno, but I have cleaned them since then. But the spray foam and all that stuff, somebody just bought something, so that might be Joseph there. But yes, the bags are dusty. They need to be washed or soaked up, cleaned, whatever. Now this is another Filofax which may fall under that category as well. Now it is coming across a little shiny because I just moisturized it. There are some divots in the leather here, if you can see. Just something has been stored on top of it. I, in the past, have gotten divots like that out with steam from the kettle, but I showed you a bag the other day that that didn't work so well for me, so I'm not sure. I maybe have another little go at that. Not sure what this is, whether it's a way to hold it. I can't imagine. It might be one of those things that you put it on your luggage. I don't think so. It does have loops for a strap. If you want a strap, please let me know. I would never wear this with a strap, so I'm not planning on including one, but if you want one, I'll see what I can do. This is it inside. Lots of card slots. Day timer, genuine leather. And what I really thought was cool was there is a zippered pocket right here. Has a little gusset on it. So that is something that isn't typical. So my feeling is that this one's a little later. So I've dated this 90s, but it could be a little later in the 90s because really, well, I guess these weren't for gift cards or store cards or gas cards or whatever. These would have been for business cards. But I still feel it's a little later than, you know, the 80s. This is a very vintage fabric, this kind of textured silky stuff. This is a slip, so you could put a journal pad in there. However, there is some journal sheets here. That's the only sheets. There are some dividers here. Then you've got... you know, some folders for receipts, whatever. Then you have plastic, just a plastic sheeting. If you wanted to put something in, you gain entry from the bottom. Then you've got a little zippered pouch. I like these. I think they're so cool. And then you've got some business card slots, and then you have a couple of these black hard dividers. Feeds into my stationery problem. 1-inch ring. This is something that Joseph kind of taught me, that when you're doing these, you need to include the ring size, because why not? It's part of the item. It does have the two opening thingies at the end. Let's not lose all the inserts. Close it back up again. And there you go. So this is an actual Daytimer brand. Beautiful soft black leather. This side is really gorgeous. This side just has those couple of little indentations there. It is a double zipper, which I think is kind of fun. And they've got these really cute little hang thingamajiggers on them. So yeah, really nice little piece. And we talked about it briefly yesterday, about the whole world out there of people who do amazing things with not even so much these, but leather bound journals or books or whatnot. So I've got one here now that we're speaking of it. I made these. I'm not sure how long ago I made these leather bound notebooks. Oh, this is the one. So I've been looking for this baby. So you can see there's Newfoundland, Goodwills, Value Villages, PEI, Value Villages, Nova Scotia. So when I first met Pius and I told him that my idea was to travel the country in a van, thrifting and doing shows, I had told him that I had actually started that journey with some research. And this is the bound book that has all that research in it. And I've been kind of looking for that, because I don't know whether he believed me or not, but there it is. So, yeah, I made a whole slew of those leather-bound journals. I just went to the dollar store and got a bunch of hard-sided journals. And our local leather craftsman has an amazing bin of remnants. And I just covered all these journals. So I use them. Here's a little wee guy. I use them for all kinds of things. This one did have a little rope on it, but I was going to sell them, and then I don't know. I didn't. I came across a seller at Supercrawl who actually makes them, and they kind of put these to shame. So I lost my confidence a little bit with them, and I just put them all in a basket. I probably got 15, 20 of them. But you know what? I'm a notebook junkie, so I will use them. That is not a problem. But yesterday was a flop, let's just say. I had a show yesterday evening, which went from 4 till 8. I'm just going to have some of my tea. This was a show that was rescheduled from earlier in the month because they had an outbreak of COVID. Oh my God, this Yeti keeps this tea so hot. We were in the truck the day before, and we got a tea from Tim Hortons, and it almost was cold because I am so used to getting my mouth scalded with this, but I love hot tea. So this is my Yeti. Thanks, Becca. Pius's daughter bought that for me for Christmas last year. They have a wine one. How fun is that? So yes, I got to the show, and I ended up having 2 tables, which I didn't need 2 tables. Would I in the end have used the 2 tables? Yes, I probably would. So what I did was I swapped. There was a lady who had 2 small tables. I had 2 large tables. So I gave her a large, and a small, and I took a large and a small, and it was okay. It was not a successful sale. It was, I think I made $110. $110 I didn't show up with. Originally, the show was going to cost $25, so I would have made under $100 for 6 hours of my time. It's just not worth it. And then to cap it all off, one of the residents took off with my keys. So there was a gentleman and his wife in front. Second of all, we had to wear masks. Now, I get it, but as soon as I put something on my face, the hot flashes just take over. And it was so uncomfortable. It was hot in there. They had their heat on. I had a sweater on, but it was short sleeve. I thought that would be good enough. Absolutely not. I was so hot, I was almost nauseous. So there was that. My ankle was killing me by the end of the night. I hunted for half an hour for my keys. And I thought to myself, by the end of my search, I thought, one of the residents has picked my keys up. And how in God's name am I going to find them? Because the residents were, usually when you do a show, they kind of block the backside of your table so that you're at least, you're backing each other, and the residents all go on the outside and the family and visitors go on the outside. So your stuff is kind of protected. Well, this wasn't the case yesterday. So at one point in the evening, I had 2 chairs at my table, but I only had myself. So I had some stuff on the one chair, and then this senior lady decided to sit in my other chair. So I'm not sure if that's when she picked up my keys, but thank goodness she was still there. They had a musician there, and the seniors were enjoying the music as she was. She was singing her heart out, God bless her. And I turned around and there were my keys on her walker. And I was not happy at this point. There was a gentleman and his wife there who did this wood burning technique, and he was not happy. He had said to me that if he'd known he had to wear a mask, he wouldn't have come. And I must say that I'm pretty sure my show days are now done. I am not interested in sitting for 3, 4, 5 hours to make $100. It just doesn't make sense. And I'm actually holding off on my purse shows online because I've got a busy couple of weeks coming up with shows. There's one place that I've never been to before that I might still go, just because I can introduce myself to them, even if I don't make anything, and then I can collect the information that I need. And yeah, it's a really tough one. I mean, Pius's first reaction was, well, there was too many vendors there. No, that's not it. I mean, I've made a lot of money in the past at bag shows. Especially Christmas events. It's just not there anymore. It's gone. It was getting a little dicey before COVID, and now post COVID, like, nobody came from the community. They had reached out and invited people. People are too scared. I mean, my customer is a middle-aged, 50, 45, 50 plus. They don't want to come to retirement homes. That's where all the sickness is. So I get it. And I mean, when I got sick 2 weeks ago, I had just done a show on the Tuesday, and by Friday I was not well. So yeah, I hate to say it because it's been my bread and butter for so many years, but it's done. It's over. It's time for me to move on to this new project. And I've deactivated, I had about 38 bags listed on my .com. And I've decided that I'm only going to release the 5 items that I'm doing per show. So I might just start with 2 instead of the 3. I think I need a day in the middle of the week where maybe Pius and I can go and do something. Maybe it's go visit some Harley shops, or it's Senior's Day on a Tuesday. Maybe we do Tuesdays and we go thrifting. I'm not sure yet, but we need a day during the week where we can just regroup. Things have gotten a little crazy in the last couple of weeks, and we need to sort it out. So we're just not on the same page at the moment. So my head is spinning. I've not connecting with my daughter at all. It's on my mind constantly. I'm excited as all get out about this project, but I'm nervous and scared about it too. And I know I'm stressed, and it's, what a great stress to have. I am very grateful. I'm very aware of that, but it is kind of, I'm very preoccupied, and I'm not paying attention to some of the things that I would normally do. I'm not saying that that's going to change anytime soon, but it just is how I am. This is reality, I guess, back to reality. So anyway, something I wanted to share with you was yesterday. Do you remember the bag I showed you, the Derek Alexander bag that was a real mess and I was going to rehab it? So I used my Doc Bailey's black, and it was so dull. I thought, oh, what am I going to do with that? So then I realized that the Angelus Paints actually sells a duller. So I thought, well, there must be a sheen to the paint. And is there ever? Look, it's perfect. Absolutely perfect. So I've just got a little bit of extra. Have I got a little bit extra work? No, I think we're pretty well done with this baby. So this is a beautiful Derek Alexander, but it was in rough shape. And I have mostly from here up. All the color was gone. It was still black, but it was very flat. So I'm going to take my 2000 sandpaper and just give it a little bit of a sand, because I think there are some ridges where I use the brush in the Angelus paint pot. But I am so happy with that. Really am. It's just great. I sell a lot of Derek Alexander bags. They do speak to the marketplace now, more so the seniors, because there's pockets for days. And you have, there's always a little key thingamajigger. And then you've got another divider. Has that one got, no, that one didn't have a, oh, I guess maybe I've still got a little bit of work to do here. See, it's lost its color. But there's zipper, so what have we got? We've got a compartment, card slots, some pen thingamajiggers, slots, all kinds of things here on the other side. A divider, something for your keys, a zipper compartment, a divider, zippered, and then another compartment, and then a compartment on the outside. Love this detail, which keeps the tab up, because if you thread that tab through, the zipper doesn't close properly. You have to be able to hold on to it to open the zipper. So these bags are so well engineered. They are daily drivers for sure. They will be a lot of these on my .com. So I deactivated almost all of the items that were sitting on my .com. And as I said, I'm only going to release the items that are going to be on sale that day. And then the next sale, those items will go into another section. So every time I do a show, my stock is just going to increase. Whereas with Etsy, I think I loaded 150 bags before I even started selling. And that was because I was led to believe by some of my seller colleagues that unless you've got over 100 items listed. Now, there is a big difference on Etsy between a maker and a vintage seller. So most of the tutorials, most of the workshops that I have signed up for, I think I've signed up for 3, it is all catered to makers, and it just isn't the same animal. But I did watch a video yesterday regarding a young lady whose shop was shut down because for copyright infringement. And I thought, I am so glad. Now, I've been dinged twice. I used a phrase, Chanel-like bag. Nope, can't even mention it. And then I used Tiffany blue to describe the color of a bag. Nope, you cannot mention any of that stuff. So, you know, it is a big, big thing for these makers. And I am, like I said, I'm just so grateful that I don't have to worry about that. So it is Friday. I've been to the gym. I did a leg workout. I've been having really hard time with sciatic the last little bit. Getting old. Give me 56 in a couple of months. So these things are just kind of starting to happen, and it's like, yeah, I'm not loving it, to be honest. So I kind of was a little bit mindful with my workout this morning because I thought, you know what, I don't need to be, you know, not able to walk. I just turned around and took a step yesterday, and the whole side of my butt just seized right up. So anyway, I digress. So I'm not sure what we're doing today. Like I said, things aren't 100% wonderful at the moment on the home front. So, yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe I'll be spending my day in here, which is fine. I have to get back to my routine. I have to get back to my eating schedule. I have to get back to my work schedule. I got to make some money. I want to be able to be as independent as I can financially because I've got stuff I want to buy too. I've got a car I need to buy. I've got a few bits and pieces that I still need to do in the house. You know, the trailer is going to need a complete reno, I think, come spring. So I've got to start putting some money away, and then I've got to pay for the lot fees too. So it's pretty well even, Steven. The deal was that Pius would pay for the trailer and I would pay the lot fees. And collectively over the 12 months, that cost is pretty well even. But I don't have a job. So it is very stressful for me, and I am determined to make it happen. And I think, as I've shared with you now, I have my little plan, and it is consistency over time. I had a session with a trainer at the gym in the summer, and that was her, actually, no, she didn't make that comment to me then. She has lost I mean, she was not a big girl to start with. She was very thick. But oh my goodness me, she's almost like lost half her size. And I said to her, I said, what are you doing? She said, consistency over time. And I think that is very valid for anything that we are doing. Whatever is going on in your life, be it positive or negative, if you're trying to fix something, small steps consistently. You're trying to build your business, small steps consistently. You're trying to start a business, small steps consistently. I think it is when you get unrealistic and you think you can change things overnight, I think that's when you start to get a little bit down on yourself. You get a little bit discouraged. And Etsy has been my template. Like I said, I did not know what to expect on Etsy. During the 2 years, COVID was really quite vibrant in our world. My Etsy was amazing. And then when the world opened up again, it has, you know, it's hit and miss. Whatever happens from one month to the next happens. I don't do any ads. I don't do any of that stuff. Haven't been able to afford it in the past. Maybe that is something I need to do moving forward. But I figure with my Facebook and YouTube sales, that is going to be the same template that I am going to use. It is just going to be consistency over time. I'm not going to open up a new YouTube channel. I'm going to stick with this one, and it's going to be called Shop at the Shed. And we're going to do it in here. And like I said, it's going to be 5 items a day, or I was going to do Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, but I think to start off with, I will just start with 2. And then once Pius gets back to work, I will maybe jump it up to the 3. But I think, as I said, we need a day where we can just run away from home and go do some fun stuff. If he agrees that that would be a good idea. I'm not sure yet. Have not run that one by him. But anyway, everybody, have a great weekend. I'm not sure if we're going to hockey tonight. I'm not sure I'm feeling it, but we shall see. Enjoy your weekend, everybody. Bye.